All right, so now you're not just there touching the roof. You have a pretty wide scope to offer, a wide scope of services to offer the government and to a prime. All right. So you don't just say, oh, we only do the roof. We don't do gutters and downspouts, and we don't, we're not ripping the solar off and disposing of it. Well, now that prime general contractor has to go find other contractors who do those little pieces that you can't do, rather than just being turnkey and expanding your scope to NAICS codes that touch what it is you do. You're turnkey now. You can provide them a quote, for everything, and whatever you don't do, you subcontract it out, but still you're doing the legwork, running it down, and you're providing that into their quote. Okay, so again, as a consultant, this is what I would do for my client breaking into, the defense market because they're going to pay with time or they're going to pay with money, probably going to pay with both. So it really makes sense to hire somebody who knows the culture, preferably who knows procurement, knows how to sell, and knows business development, that can also do proposals somewhat, or at least know what's attractive to a technical evaluation team. You can read between the lines on a requirement and see their problem, and you're like, I know the situation they're in. I'm like, okay, I think I know what they want to hear. Uh, there's so many nuances to this, and it touches so many things. I just found that the scope of what I do as a defense consultant is it's pretty big because I just get in where I fit in. And I guess that would be scope creep because you want to definitely identify your responsibilities and scope, but then again, you're getting paid to win. So you get a monthly retainer, but then you get what you would get, say, 2% of gross contract value. So if it's $1 million contract, you get, 2% of a million, it's not a commission, it'd be like a consulting fee because some of these you can't have a commission. So you get paid to win contracts. That's how you really get paid. So that's why I find myself just kind of getting in there where I fit in, or if I'm reviewing a proposal and I submit the proposal, I don't touch pricing. You don't want to get involved in that because that's not your lane and there's liability there. But then at the same time, when you see enough businesses and on the private, on the government side, you see enough proposals, you know what a good proposal is, because I've worked with some of the largest companies out there on the government side, and I've worked with some pretty darn companies here on the contracting side. So you see a lot of proposals, all right, and some are overwhelmingly better than others. And that's not something you really share with people or other people's proposals, but I've had the privilege of seeing a lot of proposals, really good ones. And then you run across other ones that are just like absolutely, borderline artwork, or divinely inspired.